what is going on with Vitor Roque and Barcelona? He is being shopped around. Basically, they're begging anybody to take him, to the point where they're discussing some pretty sweetheart deals with some other clubs just to get him anywhere but Camp Nou. We're going to talk about that and this weird situation between this young player and this historic club next, here on Soccer Wonder Kids at the Pitchside Pub. So I've addressed this Vitor Roque Barcelona saga before in other videos, but there continue to be additional developments in what is becoming one of the strangest transfer situations and one of the weirdest player-club relationships in European football. And what makes it even weirder is they haven't even been in a relationship all that long. The player and the club haven't even been together for that much time for it to be this weird and disjointed. So we're going to sort of break down the new developments and what has gone wrong here on Soccer Wonder Kids at the Pitchside Pub. But before we do, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me down below so you can follow the channel. Get down in that comment section. Let me know what you think. Barcelona fans, do you want to hold on to him, see this through, get rid of him? Get down in that comment section. Let me know your thoughts. You can also leave some comments on Twitter at Pitchside Pub, and check out the website pitchsidepub.com, where you can sign up for our free newsletter. So Vitor Roque has only been with Barcelona for 8 months. He came in mid-year. They've owned his rights for a while, but he just made the jump over to Europe this past year, and he has sort of been set up to fail from the very start. This is a club that does not have any money, and yet they're always being linked with these big names, so fan expectations are utterly ridiculous, as we're seeing this offseason, as they're linked with guys they can't afford again. And so what they get is this young player. They paid a lot for him, and so he then is anointed as the savior, and he's supposed to come in, and it doesn't quite work out. And honestly, that should be somewhat expected. You got a young player relocating, now taking a massive step up in competition level. He's living in a new place. He's only a teenager, for crying out loud. Like, you know, we can't be shocked when he doesn't immediately have success. And he fell out of favor with Xavi, which is its own weird situation, because he was the manager and then he was quitting at the end of the year, and then they wanted to bring him back, and then he's fired again. And so you know, the manager loses that sort of that cachet. He doesn't have the hammer. He loses his leverage. He loses his effectiveness when you yank him back and forth like this. And so the player and the coach sort of have a falling out. You never know what's going on behind the scenes. I don't know how hard he works in training or anything like that. But for whatever reason, Xavi decided he didn't want to play him anymore. And so he really fell out of favor there. And now you've got a new manager coming in with Hansi Flick, and he seems to still be out of favor. And I don't know if he's ever even had a chance to impress Hansi Flick, or if this is more of a management-driven thing. You never get the full story with Barcelona. You get this mixed message in press conferences. You get Joan Laporta lying about things. You get Deco lying about things. And so you never have any idea what's going on. One thing we do know is they really seem to want to get rid of Vitor Roque already, which is just unbelievable, because he was the savior, right? It was him and it was Endrick for Real Madrid, and they were the two next big things. And after 8 months, Vitor Roque's going to be gone, and they just want to they're giving up on him already. And so for them to give up on him so quickly, things must be pretty bad. And they're trying to ship him off to Saudi Arabia. He doesn't seem to want to do that. I don't blame him. That would be a terrible move for a young player who wants to go play and develop into, potential superstars where he's been billed. And so certainly, even if he just wants to have a nice career, you don't go to Saudi Arabia at this point. But then the most recent reports are that Lazio is coming in, and what they're doing is really smart. So they're offering to take him on loan, but they want to buy a percentage of his future rights to do so. And they'll take him on loan and probably let him play a lot, and Lazio would be a good spot. Serie A is good competition, but they're not a club that has these massive expectations. They're sort of a mid-table team in Serie A. So he would get to play. He'd probably get exposed a little bit, but they could afford to do that. And we'd get to see what he's all about. And he'd get to play good competition, be good for his growth. So they're offering to take him on loan, but they want 50% of his future rights, and they're going to give Barcelona $20 million. So if you're Barcelona, you're looking at this saying, it seems like a win-win, and yet they've turned it down. Now, 50% is a lot. That is a lot of future value, because let's say he goes to Lazio and he takes off like they once expected him to do, and all of a sudden his value jumps to 50 million, right? Well, now they only get 25 of it, because Lazio's getting the other 25. Let's say it jumps to 75. I mean, let's say he just goes off in Serie A and drops 20 goals, right? And all of a sudden he is the next big young superstar they thought. They lost a lot of his value, and even if they brought him back, from my understanding of the contract of the offer, it would be for any future sales, right? So if at any point, let's say a few years from now, he develops into the next Kylian Mbappe, I know we're being ridiculous here, but just hypothetically, if he did, Lazio would be entitled to half. So that is a lot. But this is a player who you are essentially casting off. You don't seem to want any part of. And so what's your risk there if you really don't believe in him? So the loan option is really good. Now, I wonder if they could say, well, hang on, don't give us the 20 million, give us maybe 5 million, and we'll make it 25%, or something along those lines. Problem is, they need the money right now. But this is a really unique proposal from Lazio. I have not seen a lot of this. If this is something you've seen before, get down in that comment section. Let me know if this is something you've seen before where the other club gives a lump sum and basically buys half of his future value and takes him on loan with the plan to give him back. I've not seen these things lumped together like this before, but maybe there's just a gap in my historical knowledge there. But I think this one's really interesting. I still can't quite comprehend how things went from the January excitement of him joining Barcelona and going to be the big thing that helps rejuvenate their offense to we're trying to pitch him off to Saudi and we're willing to sell his part of his future value just to get him out of here and to get a little bit of cash. In what, 8 months we're doing this? That is one of the steepest drop-offs for a wonder kid we have seen in a long time, and it's hard to even fathom how that has happened, other than, you know, the player just being wildly lazy, which I have not seen direct reports of. There's some reports about Vitor Roque, and he seems like he's a bit of an odd guy. There's some weird relationship contract with his girlfriend that I don't really care about or want to be part of, but you've seen some sort of weirdness out of him, but not that he's just abhorrently lazy or horrible to have on the training pitch or anything like that, just that he's not as good as they thought, and that is just a massive cliff to fall off of in such a short time. But this is an opportunity to recoup some of that value, to get 2/3 of his current value of what you just paid for him. It's tempting. That's tempting. So I kind of want to see this go through just to see if Lazio can cash in big. Plus, I really want to see him play. I want to see him play every day. And Lazio can certainly offer that better than Barcelona can. So I don't know where this leads to. This may not be the last video we do on Vitor Roque and Barcelona. If there's minor updates, I'll keep it in the Wednesday Wonder Kids video, as it happens. But this felt like it was a bigger topic that I wanted to talk about separately. But we don't know how this is going to go. We don't know how this is going to play out, and it's just a very, very strange, unique situation all around. I would love to get your comments, get your thoughts, get down in that comment section. Let me know what you think. Is there something I'm missing here about Vitor Roque in Barcelona as to why he's gone downhill so fast? Get down in that comment section. Let me know your thoughts on the whole weird situation. You can also leave comments on Twitter at PitchsidePub. While you're at it, make sure you hit that subscribe button for me down below so you can follow the channel, and check out our website, pitchsidepub.com. Thanks as always for joining us here on Soccer Wonder Kids at the Pitchside Pub.